Hello everybody, I have returned. This time doing a response to, everyone's favourite user, pspower. And while, yes, I am doing this video, a bit after it's a little bit out of date, his video, by about 2 days. Money in the Bank's happened, so the stuff he said is out of date, but that just makes it a bit more fun. And I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to kick pspower while he's down. So yes, this is my response, and it actually marks. This is something special because for once, a pspower video has more thumbs down than it has thumbs up. So maybe people are seeing through his bullshit for once, and they realise he's just a mong. And the rest of my video will cover why he's a mong, using bits of his video in my video as to why he's a mong. Enjoy!
I've been getting some messages from people who, let's just say, don't completely agree with my opinions about CM Punk.
Because it's mental.
Let's get something straight, alright? I'm a CM Punk fan. I have videos on here where I'm wearing a CM Punk t-shirt. I want CM Punk to experience success in wrestling. I'm with you on that.
Thanks for the information. Yelling that you're a CM Punk fan at your camera really makes your whole video seem much more, well-informed, intelligent, and less biased.
But that doesn't mean I'm going to be defending every single thing that has to do with CM Punk. As always, I'm going to be calling it just like I see it.
One, people aren't defending it because, well, people aren't defending it all because everyone's pretty much in agreement that this is an exciting angle for them. Not because it's got CM Punk in it, but because what is actually going on and what it represents within the company. And two, I'm surprised you can see anything with that fucking bullshit hair in your face. Yeah, I can't see shit.
First of all, CM Punk is way too scrawny to be in the heavyweight division. This guy's even smaller than Edge!
Yeah, because, when Edge won the world title, people went, wow, he's too small and he didn't draw flies to shit. When, Rey Mysterio, he just, nobody gives a fuck about him because he's just too short. What? Dusty Rhodes, he never drew flies to shit either because he was just too fat to be considered, somebody who could wrestle a 60-minute match with someone like Ric Flair. Physical appearances, come the fuck on.
Like when they were in the ring together, even Vince McMahon looked so much bigger than CM Punk. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, embarrassing to who?
A while ago, when me and my friend went to Saturday night's main event and CM Punk walked out with the heavyweight title, my friend was in shock. He was like, that shrimp is the heavyweight champion? That guy?
Because, Shawn Michaels, his size was, his size stopped him from being the biggest star in wrestling, as did, Chris Benoit's height or, Rey Mysterio's height. That stopped him. Kurt Angle, he was just a behemoth. He was huge. You do know CM Punk is actually taller than a lot of those guys. Well, actually, he is taller than all four of those guys I just named. And he's taller than a lot of guys in the company. He's thin, yeah, but I don't sit there and go, wow, he's so thin. And I'm glad that... Whatever.
When Cena fights CM Punk at this upcoming Money in the Bank pay-per-view, take a quick second. Take a look at the size of John Cena's arms. Then look at CM Punk's arms. Take a look at John Cena's physique.
I don't know if anybody else knows this, but the way pspower just said, take a look at John Cena's physique and stroked his own body was really fucking gay. pspower, that was really fucking gay. Try again. Oh.
Then look at CM Punk's physique. It's embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing? Why does the size difference between CM Punk and John Cena mean so much to you? For someone who dislikes John Cena so much, you seem to be, pretty keen on his body. I mean, what? You do know that, like, guys with bad physiques have won world titles, been popular with the fans, drawn money, Mick Foley, he never... we've named them already. Jesus Christ. Look at Shawn Michaels compared to Hulk Hogan when leading up to their SummerSlam match. Shawn Michaels, tiny. Hulk Hogan, huge. People were interested still. Wonder why.
Even medium-sized champions like Bret Hart, they look huge compared to CM Punk. CM Punk's out there trying to be all intimidating when it looks like Vince McMahon could kick his ass.
You know, being intimidating isn't just about physical appearance. It also has a lot to do with a wrestler's personality, you know, what they're capable of, and what we've seen CM Punk do, and matches he's won recently. He is pretty intimidating, and the fact that he has his own group of cronies who do his shit, well, guys who did his bidding. And I never actually felt like he was coming out and trying to be intimidating, you know, overtly. He wasn't coming in and saying, "Oh, kick your ass." He's not that kind of heel.
You know, in my WrestleMania vid, I said Edge needs to put a shirt on when he wrestles. CM Punk, he needs like a whole winter coat, man. He needs to be wrapped up like an Eskimo.
The height of comedy, once again, from pspower. But seriously, it would be more embarrassing, you know, for someone like Edge if he was wrestling in a t-shirt. I mean, when someone's wrestling in something, it's just like, he's hiding something. I mean, what? Jesus Christ.
Now, I'm not saying that every wrestler needs to look like Batista, but if you're gonna be in the heavyweight division, you can't look too scrawny either.
Well, obviously you can, because fans still support him. I don't know. Those fans, guess they don't count for anything.
Second of all, John Cena versus CM Punk, to me, it is filler. It is!
Yeah, because it's filler when you have a wrestler come out and do something, breaking kayfabe, in a major way, that, you know, in a way that hasn't been done in well over a decade. Okay.
Doesn't mean it can't be enjoyable. Bret Hart versus Hakushi was enjoyable. Bret Hart calls it one of his favorite matches. It's one of my favorite matches. But it was filler. It was there to fill a spot of an in-your-house pay-per-view. By the time Survivor Series rolled around, Hakushi was on this throwaway team with Marty Jannetty and Barry Horowitz.
Hakushi also wasn't a numerous time world champion who they allowed to come out on TV in the highest rated segment of the night, typically the main event segment, break kayfabe in an angle with the biggest star in the company. Did Hakushi do that? I don't seem to remember. Just filler though.
I like CM Punk. We all like CM Punk. But I gotta call it like I see it. After WrestleMania, Cena fought Morrison. Then it was R-Truth. Then it's CM Punk. Then it's gonna be a bunch of guys after CM Punk. All leading up to The Rock. When Cena went into the ring this last Raw to confront CM Punk, one of the first things he mentions is The Rock. And it's on purpose. This is just a prolonged road to WrestleMania, and guys like CM Punk and R-Truth are just guys along the way. Can't you see that?
I gather two things based off what you were saying. If it's not WrestleMania, it must just be filler. And two, that you didn't understand why John Cena actually brought up The Rock.
Even if they extend this feud, even if CM Punk ends up staying with the company and they give him another world title reign and he starts teaming with Vince McMahon or whatever.
Teaming with Vince McMahon? Do you have no idea what's going on in the angle? Fucking mong.
I think my point still stands. I mean, look at Sheamus.
Yeah, what about Sheamus? Sheamus isn't CM Punk. Just because Sheamus is going back to the upper mid card doesn't mean CM Punk is going to go back to the upper mid card.
And another thing, didn't John Cena already kick CM Punk's ass on Raw like a while ago? I remember people online complaining about it, about Cena squashing CM Punk.
You obviously don't follow the product if you're basing this off of... You remember people complaining about Cena squashing Punk.
And there was a picture of it on WWE.com of CM Punk being locked in the STFU like, ah! You know. So... why is CM Skinny all of a sudden a challenge now? You know?
This took me 15 seconds to look up, and this explains why CM Punk is a challenger to John Cena. In June, after pinning WWE Champion John Cena on Raw, Rey Mysterio a capital punishment, and finally Alberto Del Rio again in a contendership match, which included Mysterio, all within 1 week. Punk... yeah, there we go. And then he goes onto the whole... then it goes on to the whole, angle that we know of.
Shouldn't John Cena grab the microphone and be like, hey, yo, sorry, scrawny Pepsi boy, but this feud is a no-go, because you see, I already kicked your ass on Raw like a while ago, so why don't you take your complaining ass and go bother Randy Orton or something? How could CM Punk respond to that?
Oh, God. How could CM Punk respond to that? I don't know. He could explain he'd beat him, but I'll just go back to it. How could CM Punk respond to it? He couldn't if that was actually the case. If what you were saying was correct, he couldn't respond to it. But why would he? Why would they do that? Because that would just be killing off an entire angle they could do. Why would they do that? Would you rather them not make money? Would you rather that? Would you rather them not do angles? Because it doesn't make sense in your mind, even though anybody who follows the product, it makes sense to. Are you that fucking retarded?
He couldn't!
Exactly. That's why they wouldn't do it. Even if it was correct. Even if what you were saying was correct. That's why they wouldn't do it. That's because he couldn't respond to it. That's why they don't do that in wrestling. Because it's fucking stupid.
And people are actually trying to say that CM Punk Cena is the most exciting thing since the Attitude Era?
Oh, here we go. A fucking Attitude Era again.
Are you serious?
Well, I was a fan in the Attitude Era, and it actually excites me more than a lot of the stuff that I saw during the Attitude Era, even though I was a kid and a total mark back then. So, yeah, serious.
Are you saying that from the Attitude Era all the way till now, the most exciting thing is CM Punk calling Cena a New York Yankee? As ratings soared to 2.9?
One, it wasn't him calling him a New York Yankee that got everyone excited. And two, the episode Raw, that episode of Raw got 2.9, but that segment had an increase in viewers by 1.2 million, which means 1.2 million people tuned in to see that segment. Think about it. Just think about it.
What about Shawn Michaels confronting Bret Hart?
Yeah, because one, that wasn't going to lead to a match because Bret couldn't wrestle. He can't take back bumps. So why would anybody be excited over that? Plus, it was just nostalgia. So it's not really all that exciting. I mean, it's exciting, but it's not exciting for the same reasons. It's not new or fresh. It is just nostalgia.
What about Shawn Michaels Hulk Hogan when Shawn Michaels wore the fake Hogan mustache and super kicked fake Larry King off the stage?
Oh, you mean Skinny Michaels?
What about Kurt Angle John Cena?
I honestly can't remember much of Kurt Angle versus John Cena.
What about Hogan versus Rock?
It was exciting because it was a dream match, because it was two guys nobody thought we'd ever be able to see wrestle against each other, wrestling against each other. That's why that was so exciting. This isn't that, but it's still exciting, and it's not that, which makes it more exciting.
Are you saying that CM Punk mentioning Ring of Honor beats all of that?
It's really easy to discredit an entire angle when you're just trying to relegate it down to just a footnote of one thing he said in one promo. Nice work, cunt.
Are you just blind fanboys?
Hindsight. Now that we've seen the pay-per-view and saw how wild the crowd was going, yes. And you know what? Wrestling needs more fanboys. It's good for business.
Don't you remember saying the same bullshit about Nexus?
No.
Do these phrases sound familiar? Nexus is the greatest thing going on in professional wrestling. Nexus is the most refreshing thing since the Attitude Era. Does that sound familiar? It should, because it's the same bullshit you were saying about Nexus that you're saying about this, while conveniently forgetting you already said about that!
People aren't forgetting. People are actually bringing it up as their main gripe with the angle and where it was going. They were afraid CM Punk would get the Nexus treatment, but for those of us who saw Money in the Bank, CM Punk didn't get the Nexus shaft, so that's a good thing. Plus, he had more, heat going for him than Nexus did. A lot more buzz with the internet. He, had much more, creative liberty with what he was doing, obviously, than what Nexus had going on with them. So, yeah, better than that, better than Nexus, and it worked out better too because of hindsight.
What are you, like goldfish, like 2-second memory? What's going on here?
I'd like to ask you the same thing, pspower. What is going on? What is going on inside your head? Because it seems like at this point you just shit on anything. Anything that happens, you have to find something bad in it. You have to find the negatives in the positives. I don't think you've ever done a positive video before. And if you have, it would be a great surprise. I don't even think you're a wrestling fan. I don't even think you're a human being. I don't know what you are. But I can't believe it. I just can't believe how negative you are towards a business you supposedly love. Part 2 will be coming soon. That's on your X Division bullshit.